Hi everyone, welcome back to the craft room. Today's card is going to be using this little Gummiapan telephone die, and I have done some stuff in Canvas and created it on the ScanNCut. So I've got my card blank, I've got a matte layer, a white layer with stitched detail on it, and I've got a sentiment and a couple of bits to stack it with. So I will show you how I did that on Canvas and the ScanNCut now. So let's go over to Canvas. Okay, so here we are in Canvas. I've got my blank mat there. Okay, so I'm going to start with a square, and I'm going to make that 5.65 a square, because I know my card blank is just under 6. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to make that black. That's our black layer. I'm going to do an offset. I'm going to do an offset of 8 inward bevel to keep it square, to keep it sharp, sorry. And I'm going to say OK on that. And that is our white layer. I'm going to do another offset of that white layer, exactly the same. Do an OK, and that's going to be our faux stitch. So I change it to stitch, and that's our stitch layer. And in the layers, I'm going to change that to a draw. So we're going to cut the black, cut the white, and draw the stitch line. So that was the mats and layers done. The next thing I did was to do some text. So pull up the text tool, and I did the letters separately because I wanted a capital H and then small letters for the rest, but I wanted it all to be the same size. So I'm going to do the H, change that font to Arial Black. So when I do my next text, it will still be Arial Black. So then I'm going to do an E, another one. I can do both the L's together, and then the last one is an O. So that's our letters. So I'm going to move them all up here. Go. Next, I'm going to get them all the same size. So let's see what size this is, and the height is 72. So I'm going to put the height of that at 0.72. I'm going to put the height of this, that is at 72. I'm going to put the height of that at 72. So they're all the same height. So I'm going to highlight them all, and I'm going to line them all to the top, and then I'm going to space them out, but I'm going to space them out at 0.10, I think. So there's our hello, and that will be coloured black. And then I'm going to do the friend. And I'm going to change that to Scripty, which is a font by Natalie Ballard. And if I can find out where you can purchase it, I will put that link in the description. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to highlight all that and see what width it's at. So it's 311, so I'm going to 311, that one. So they are now the same. And I think I did make it a little bit smaller because I thought it looked a bit better if it was a little bit smaller. So the first thing I'm going to do is highlight the hello, do a Command G just to group it together, and then I'm going to select both of those and just line them up to the centre. And that was pretty much it on that. I then took a rectangle. Let's just close that a second. And my rectangle, I think 22 by 142. What my next thing was to fit that hello friend in there. So the way to get that in the exact place is pull that into that group. So it's all one group now. Highlight both and centre, middle and centre. So that was now in the right place. And then on that square I just did another offset, this time outward, and that was our black layer. So fill was black and that little square was white. Put the white on top, put that group on top, just so you can see everything. And I took all that and that would sit there. So that is the layout of the card. What I did then to get it cut was I just separated it all up and duplicated these. So you've got your black layer and your white layer with the drawn image on it. Make sure and change all this to draw. So the text is all draw. So highlight the group. So we've got that one. We did a duplicate of that. And a duplicate of that. And basically that is all our pieces. So we've got a black mat, white mat with stitched sentiment, a layer to build that up a little bit, 2 black mat layers, and we're done. So you can either hide these and send them individually or send the whole lot. I sent the whole lot to mine by doing the transfer, done. So we'll go to the machine, we'll get that cut and drawn. I'll show you that as well, and we'll go from there. Right, so I'm going to retrieve the data that I sent. This bottom one we don't want at the moment, so I'm going to delete that and delete that one. And delete that one. So I've got my white ones on there and my writing. So I'm going to put my pen in. This is the 3D Thumbprints pen holder. And I'm going to say, okay, select, draw. And I'm going to say start. It will say attach appropriate holder because it's not the original brother. Change the scanner lever and start. Okay, so it's finished drawing. So I'm going to say okay. And then I'm going to say select, and I'm going to say do the cut part. Put my blade in and start. So I'm going to go home, finish cutting, home, okay to delete, retrieve the data again, and now I'm going to delete that one, and that one. I'm going to bring the black one up, delete that one, and we want that in black and that in black. So I'm going to do a quick scan. And if you can't see your scan, if you go to the spanner and lighten it, you can now see it. So I'll bring that down there and bring that down there. So it all fits on, and then do a cut on that. Delete all patterns. Download the mats. So easy as that. Back to the desk. Okay, so I've also got some grey card because I thought I'd do the telephone in different shades of grey. So I've got 4 shades there because I'm going to do some stacking. So let's get started. So I will now get the rest of the card together. So that's the card. How cute is that little teeny tiny phone? I might add a few Black Nouveau drops just to add a bit of interest to the card, but I think that is just very cute. So if you haven't got a sentiment, you've got a ScanNCut, go for it. If you haven't got a stitch die and you've got a ScanNCut, you can do a faux effect on there. So that's it for this time. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you again next time. Okay, bye.